Howdy, howdy, fellas. Got a World of Warships Legends match today in the Jutland. The Tier 8 British Tech Tier Tree. Let me try that again. The Tier 8 British Tech Tree Destroyer. Boom, elocution. All up in this. Yeah, the Jutland. I generally like the British line. 6-7 legendary. Yes. 4-5-8. Eh. Do they have a 3? Probably. Don't even remember. Um, Cossack 38. Heck yes. Don't have the OG Cossack. Is one of the relatively few ships that I haven't managed to pick up. Anyway, the Jutland. I don't love the Jutland. I think it's a somewhat common thing, but I've also heard a lot of people like, oh my god, the Jutland, you don't play the Jutland right. Look, like any ship in the game, it's not bad. There are a few outright bad ships in the game, but there are a lot of ships that it's like, well, hey, when you compare it to its competitors, to its closest rivals, to the ships that flank it in tier, in this case Lightning and Daring, you end up with ships that it's like, why would I ever play that? Why would I ever play the Jutland over the Daring? Why would I actually ever play the Jutland over the Lightning? Um, Jutland is definitely more survivable than Lightning, but it has a lot of other problems. One of the biggest problems with the Jutland is the speed. It is rough. 35, I believe, knots. But I am running my Grotmaz speed build that I've run on Daring. So I've got 5-8 detectability, but I think I'm at 38 knots or so, and it's so much more tolerable. I think you end up with like 5-5 detectability, 35 knots with the kind of a more standard build. I will trade that 0.3 detectability for 3 knots of speed no, not any day of the week. It depends on your overall speed, but honestly, almost all the time. I really value speed on destroyers. For stuff like this, like, okay, that Conqueror's coming in, he's a, whatever Conqueror is, 30 and a bit knots. You know, as I'm turning and maneuvering and I'm not running straight away from him, or even if I am running straight away from him, I mentioned it in, I don't know, maybe a Daring video that I made. Like, just being able to actually increase that distance between us a little bit faster. Yeah, 38.3 knots, like, that's so valuable on these ships where you don't have a ton of speed. I'm trying to use this little island to block, hoping there's not a destroyer in sea. Yeah, we got one hit on this Colombo, but feeling nervous. Oh yeah, our other ship is already down. I didn't even talk about that. I was talking about my build. What am I saying? Speed on the Jutland. I didn't love the Jutland when I played it. This is the first time I played the speed build. I think I might have had Grotmaz, but I hadn't discovered my appreciation. Oh, I thought he would have him spotted. I had discovered my appreciation for the extra speed on these slower British destroyers when I played through the Jutland. I just really like it. Yay, we got a blind fire. Look at this guy. He's a professional. I want to launch there, but I have a suspicion this guy is going to back up, and then, oh dear, there's the Daring. I think that guy might be running RGA. I can't quite tell based on the distance. But I really want to get the Daring out of here. And again, based, you know, as mentioned previously, like, the Daring is just better than the Jutland. Just, like, a lot better. Jutland has, I think, 4-second reload, and Daring is 2.5 for, like, basically the same guns. If they're not the same guns, they're very darn similar. I think they're exactly the same. Like, that is a huge damage difference. Yeah, it's like, I think it's 4 seconds flat on the Jutland, but thank goodness for me, this Daring is like tunnel visioned on our battleship single launching torpedoes. And I just like take him out for free. Oh yeah, I remember the other destroyer in this match is a Marceau. So when I queued in, again, this is like, this is why I don't like to play the Daring. Or sorry, I love the Daring. This is why I don't like to play the Jutland. It's like, this is just the matchmaking you get. You know, you get a Z55, or you get a Split, or you get Schomburg, or Loyang, or like, you know, just like there's so many destroyers around its tier that can outspot it, outrun it, out torpedo it, like whatever, outgun it. Like, oh, it's a ZF6 and I spot it, like pew pew pew, reload boost, like whatever it is. There are just so many destroyers around it that beat it so much in one aspect that it can be just a real pain to play. Ohio takes that guy out. He did a really nice job, just like, you know, he dodged all the torps from the Daring. He stayed alive and took that guy out. You'll see he'll show back up again later. This game does not go the way it does without this Ohio, so props to him. It's watching this back, and you know, look at our team. They're all at A, and we're all alone over here. Thankfully, a lot of red team is at A as well, but it's still pretty frustrating that they are just all in the same... They're almost at the same square, and then the destroyer is just running up behind, which isn't unreasonable, but... Oh, but there's the enemy destroyer. I was going to say the enemy destroyer is still around somewhere, but he shows up at C. What is he doing? If he actually did, you know, went over and took out, or even spotted our destroyer for a split second, there's like 4 battleships up there. Anyway, I digress. I think there are enough destroyers that show up around Jutland that I'm like, ugh, I don't want to fight that. Especially given the Jutland's slow speed. If you get caught in a Loyang sonar, he can outrun you super easily when you're 35 knots. You bump that up to 38.3. Yeah, the Loyang's faster, but it's not so much faster. You know, they can do the thing where you're gap spotted in the sonar and he's running away, and if you can't catch it, like, he just controls that engagement full stop. That happened to me a lot. And actually, there are enough cruisers that hit 35 knots in this matchmaking bracket. Oh, you know what? Actually, I specifically remember Schroeder with speed boost. I'm almost 100% sure it's faster than that. And I was playing through the Jutland about the time Schroeder came out. People were still playing it with speed boost. I don't think anybody plays it with speed boost these days, but I think it's underrated because you just like get run down by a Schroeder. Speed boost active. There's a bunch of like Amalfi. Honestly, there are a ton of cruisers that have about 35 knots, and like, sure, you end up in a line of stern chase. You got no wiggle room. You can't turn, you can't launch, you can't do anything, or they're gonna catch you. So, I don't like slow destroyers. I like fast destroyers. I generally don't like to build into the weakness of the ship because they're all percent, you know, things that are percent multipliers, like. You just get smaller value. For these British destroyers, I just continually, even when I revisit older ships in the line that I did or didn't like, I like them better with more speed. They're just good. So, part of it is because you have the 6 short duration smokes. Marceau. But I can drop the smoke, and I've got more later, so. Anyway, there's a lot to say there about why I like the speed. I just am constantly pleasantly surprised how much I like it. Jutland has better torps than Lightning in some ways. Longer read. I should have done like a stat breakdown because whatever. Ohio rams the Conqueror. I don't know who initiated it, but I am fine with that at this point. I do not want a Conqueror hanging out behind me. That HE is brutal. Here, speed build notwithstanding, there is no way we are outrunning a Marceau. If he's coming for me and there's an incomparable right behind him, like, we're toast. There's no way we're going to do that, and I'm pretty sure he outspotted me. So we're going to do something crazy, and we're just going to turn around. We're going to turn around, head right in, and just come in for this guy. He's a great ship. I had a hope that he wouldn't have amazing aim, and he does whiff several salvos in here. and we go in for the full derp, like all the single ladies, all the single ladies going in, and we dev strike the incomp. So the incompetent, no, the incomparable. That's what it's called. Um, and we see that the Marceau has come around the other side. Our smoke is back up. And honestly, this match, I did enjoy playing the Jutland in this match, and I'm so glad that I tried it again. This is a Winrose match. I mean, this is the Christmas thing. I've been playing through a bunch of ships that I haven't played in a while, don't play a lot, don't like whatever. I've played through a bunch of ships that I haven't played in a while. This was one of them. I've got I think a Kitakaze video that I'm going to put up as well. That was literally the next match after this. Kitakaze I have played recently. Jutland I haven't played in probably a year. But this new build, I really appreciated it. Oh, I whiffed the salvo on the Marceau there. That was a bit of auto aim, bit of myself just like, I just like couldn't get the aim over. Get one AP salvo and then he wises up in angles. Turret goes out. And I think this is also this was just a good match. Revisit on the Jutland. But that turret knock, I'm almost positive, wins this match. And that is kind of nuts. Does it? No. We have 5 ships and they have 2. There's no way that that turret knock wins the match. Just wait, guys. This is blue team. Come on. But I've said it before and thought about it a lot. Like, there are a lot of times where the averages win. You know, average accuracy, average DPM, long-term, big picture stuff wins. Like, you do 300,000 damage versus 250,000 damage or whatever. And I think that's totally reasonable. I think in a lot of games that is what decides the match. And so you see people talk about, 5% reload or average DPM or whatever. Like, it only does X or it only does Y or it does do X or like whatever, either good or bad. I see people talk about the big picture. But I also think, and they say about golf, like it's a game of inches. I absolutely firmly believe that there are times in this game that just the slightest changes can absolutely flip a game from a win to a loss. And I'm questioning myself now with how... No, we have 6 ships. It's 6-2. I'm very much questioning myself. Do I remember this match correctly? Was this as close as I remember? I must be crazy. There's no way this ends up a nail-biter match. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one, but... Oh, no, okay, he goes down. I remember this match being super close, so maybe... I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I think if I don't knock that turret on the Marceau, I think he sinks me with the additional damage from the front turret, and I don't think we win this match. That's how I remember it. We'll see if I'm right. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just... Maybe in the moment, the adrenaline of the match actually live, I was just like, oh, I knocked the gun, I won the Marceau, like, we win, it's me, I did everything, but let's follow it through. Obviously flipping the cap. I have no health left. I can't get shot. Our other destroyer has no health left. He can't get shot. But we can spot. We can pew pew. We can torp. Torp reload on the Jutland is pretty long, like over 2 minutes. Similar to the Daring. So, like the Lightning has 2x4 torps. Yeah, 8, but they're I think like a minute 30. I think Jutland might have a slightly higher alpha on the torps. Like whatever. I tend to like the torps on the Lightning better. I'm not good with torpedoes. Like, I would rather have more tries than better single tries. We use our last smoke here just in case there's like a crazy island thing going on over here that like he happens to spot us over that. Like if I don't fully get the angle, I want him to go down. I think he's going to go down, but I don't want to get sloppy and get shot. Maybe like he's running a secondary build or something crazy. Like, I'm just nervous. This game, it's the points too. That's what it is. It's the points. We are way down on points because they had the caps. Okay, I'm here. Oh, and then I'm looking at the teams. I'm like, oh my gosh, if like anyone goes down, we're gonna lose. Okay, I was right. It was a nail biter. If the Marceau sinks me there, the points flip. I don't flip that cap. We lose on points. That's what it was. All right, but we come through in the end, and we get, oh, just missed the 4K, but I'll take it.